Here's a look at Genie Bouchard, 30 years old, Miami-based tennis pro. French Open and Australian Open semi-finalist. Also reached a Wimbledon final. Former world number 5 in tennis. What else do you want to know about the Canadian, Genie Bouchard?
What can't she do on in a racket sport? Not exactly sure what we just saw.
1-1-1.
It's a cannon from Ben Johns to the corner.
1-1-2.
Aggressive play from Yates. Johnson gets the Ernie. These two having a lot of fun together. Genie and Yates. Saw Yates' brother Hunter in action in mixed double, or excuse me, in men's singles earlier today. A little ambitious there with the drive. Sent long from Yates Johnson, former tennis pro and collegiate tennis player at SMU. ATP for Leigh Waters.
Yates Johnson knew it was coming, and he slid over to cover it, just unable to make solid contact with the ball.
Nice punch volley from Genie Bouchard. Used to have a lot of backswing with those. She's eliminated that in her training. And an easy put away for Genie Bouchard down the line. Great setup from Yates Johnson.
2-2-1.
Perfect spot by Ben Johns. What do you do if you're Genie Bouchard down the line on that deceptive roll?
And you saw her kind of try and slide to the right, but just came with too much spin and pace from Johns.
Point.
Bouchard and Johnson with the lead on the world number 1. Great ball by Ben Johns. He just finds the openings wherever they are.
He had so many different places he could have gone with that backhand, but went kind of lob up the line, and it worked.
Thank you, sir. Two, 3-2. Point.
Nice deep serve from Ben Johns.
3-3-2.
So good. The lob from Leigh Waters. Deceived it so well.
4-3-2. Point.
And another frame return there for Genie Bouchard. Oh my, what do you do about that?
Wow. Think back to a semifinal match in San Clemente against the Johnson siblings where they faced 6 match points. We're still able to get it done.
Point.
And the run continues for Waters and Johns. Off the tape, it sails long. And Waters has shared with us in past interviews that Genie Bouchard was a player that she idolized and grew up watching in tennis. So always fun to see her on the other side of the net, I would imagine.
9-3-2. Point. Game point.
Was on it, just couldn't make it to the corner, and Johns and Waters will steal a game point.
10-3-2.
She keeps gaining ground in women's doubles and singles. Excuse me, Vicky, and a little hug to go with it.
What a point. All the applause, certainly warranted there.
That is a freight train of Yates Johnson that isn't stopping. I can't even believe Vicky Ryan didn't flinch. I would have been out of there.
That's the,
She's brave.
The PPA refs, there we go.
Point. Point. Three, 2-2.
Nice play by Yates Johnson. Earlier steered clear of Vicky Ryan. That time steered clear of the kitchen.
7-3-1. Point.
And the drive through the middle is successful for Genie Bouchard. She'll take it. Eye to the forehand side of Ben Johns.
1-3-1.
A risk she was willing to take.
Point. Two, 3-1. Second serve. Two, 3-2.
Oh, look out, Ben.
Little friendly fire, almost.
All sorts of friendly fire in this match.
3-3-2. Point. Four, 3-2. I'm going to recall. 4-3-2. Sail. 3-4-1.
Shot is so good from Ben Johns, an effortless touch.
It was just the way that he kind of leaned in. Didn't have a need to fully try and crush the ball, but just a nice little flick of the wrist and be able to get that one.
Such a fluid motion for him.
Point.
Yates had the opening potentially down the line. Though anytime you throw fire at Leigh Waters, it typically comes right back in your face.
5-4-1. 6-4-1. Point. 7-4-1. Point.
Good idea. And another point for Johnson Waters.
Looked like Yates Johnson may have hit an out ball. Hard to tell if that shot from Johns was going to be wide earlier in that rally.
Point.
On center court, around 4:15 p.m. local time is the goal.
9-4-1. Point. Match point.
And again, Johns able to lean in, use that backhand flick out of the air, and a match point.
Yates Johnson denies the first match point. Match point number 2 now for Waters and Johns.
10-4-2.
Nice couple of holds for Genie and Yates.
4-10-1.
Through the middle goes Ben Johns. 2 paddles on it. Neither could make the play.
We've seen Johns go to that kind of sneaky disguise speed up a few times throughout this match.
Match point.
Match point number 3 for Waters and Johns.
10-4-1.
Waters wanted to finish it on her paddle.
Match point.
They'll have to wait. Match point number 4.
10-4-2.
And the backhand roll to finish it. The patented shot of Ben Johns down the line. 11-4. Quick, efficient work in 23 minutes time, Will.
Just impressed by just the level and just the intensity. You know, I think it's really easy in the first round to maybe not fully bring your best, but Ben Johns was certainly very active on the left in this match, and they're through to the next round.
We'll be back to speak with the world #1, Leigh Waters and Ben Johns on their way to the round. Welcome back to the Sin City here in the mixed doubles round of 32 at the Las Vegas Pickleball Cup. Michelle McMahon and Will Daughton in the booth, and Leigh Waters and Ben Johns soaring their way through to the round of 16, and they did it in 23 minutes time. They join us now to talk about it. Leigh, off-court question, what the heck does a 17-year-old do here in Las Vegas?
I've actually been coming here since I was like 5 years old. One time when I was 5, we stayed for like 2 weeks, so I've actually been here a lot, so I know all the good spots that are great for underage kids.
That's hilarious.
I love the restaurants. The food here is great. The shopping's amazing. I go shopping with my mom. And when I was littler, when I used to come when I was 5, I used to go to Circus with my grandparents, and I do all the fun circus games there. I still want to go on the roller coaster here. I want to go every year, but somehow I just never end up going on it. So there's a lot of things. There's a lot of stuff.
I won't be joining you on that roller coaster.
I will. I'll come.
Ben, a different natured question here. I know you brought out the kind of two-handed backhand rolls a few times in that match, and I know you've been kind of trying to add that to your game over the past few months. What's your mindset when it comes to adding new shots to your arsenal?
Yeah, typically I usually analyze like the shot that I'm trying to work on via other players first. Like Annalie's a good example, so I've seen her hit similar things. So usually I try to emulate somebody like that form-wise. Then you kind of adapt a little bit to something that's more comfortable or natural for you, and then it's mostly just about repetition from there.
And Ben, I know it's clear that you have eye issues indoors, but so far so good for you. How's the indoor visuals for you from a light standpoint?
Yeah, we're here in a ballroom, so that's fun. Yeah, but center court here, I think they added some extra lights, so I think it was definitely helpful there. Outside center might be a little sketchy, but so far so good.
Awesome. Well, Ben, thanks so much. Annalie, congrats. Moving on to the round of 16. As for us, we are doing a shift change. Adam Stone, Dave Fleming will join us in the booth for the call of Lucy Kovalova and Matt Wright, taking on Alex Trong and Connor Garnett. Stay with us. Much more to come here from Viva Las Vegas.